start our 6 sessions series preparation for Rosh Hashanah. There's a lot to cover, so let's dive right into it. We're going to record, everything is recorded. You're going to receive it right after, so don't worry if in one of the weeks you can't make it. I know a lot of you are going to watch the recordings. So let's start. Today, I would like to start with 40 days of the lunar month of Virgo. We know it's called the Elul, which is prior to Rosh Hashanah. And this year, just I know everybody always is a little confused with the lunar and the solar calendar. So just to have it in mind, the new moon Virgo this year is on Tuesday, September 3rd evening. Okay, so this year, Tuesday, September 3rd in the evening, it's the new moon of Virgo. So we know the new moon Virgo is a cosmic window to all mankind. Through the work that we do, through the consciousness that we have, it's literally to open the gate personally for each one of us and for the whole world, and to download unlimited script for our life for the next year. As we learned from the Rav and Keren, just following tradition, just following religion, just going to the temple in Rosh Hashanah is not an indication that I'm creating any change in my destiny. It's not an indication I'm cleansing any chaos in my life. It's not an indication I'm creating dreams for my coming year. So as our teacher Karen said, ritual without the spirit doesn't activate the light in our life. The word spiritual is ritual with spirit. And that's our intention. And that's the intention of the Kabbalah Center. So with this combination, to draw light and blessings in an unlimited way. So first, let's see the basic timeline of the 40 days prior to Rosh Hashanah. Let's see it here. Okay, everybody see, right? Okay, so as you can see, the first day of Elul, which is Virgo, starting this year, September 3rd at night. Then this goes until the 10th day of the month of Tishrei, which is Libra. This year is October 12th. And soon I'm going to share about the day of creation. So the whole month of Virgo, which is Elul, there is a cosmic opening for tshuva, for repentance, for cleansing, for reflection, for being able to revisit past short circuits, past limited consciousness, past negative behavior, or lack of positive behavior, lack of positive consciousness. So there is a cosmic opening to revisit and to shift it, to take responsibility and to earn a new consciousness, not like I had before. So the month that has the biggest capability of clarity of what I need to change, support from the universe about the change and the commitment, it is the month of Elul, Virgo. What is also unique, as you see, about this month is the 25th day of the month of Elul that correspond to the 6th day of creation. This year, as you see, it's September 27th at night. So remember, it's always from, according to the lunar calendar, so it's from sundown to sundown. So it starts on September 27th at night this year. And that's the reason why it's called Virgin. We have the moment of creation before anything was affected, before anything was defined, before anything was interrupted. From that day, and as a result on that month, the original intention of the Creator, which is to share endlessly, is all revealed, and us as a vessel, as a soul, the willingness to receive endlessly without blocking our perfected self. So this is all available on that date, and of course, as a result on that month. So the whole energy of the month of Elul is looking at what we need to improve, but very, very important, it makes the whole difference, from a place of accessing and feeling the completed self and the perfected self and the completed, corrected self. So when we look and we want clarity What do I need to improve? The creator. What do I need to change? What do I need to shift? What do I need to work on? We're coming from a point of, remember, it's never what we do, only how, right? So when we're asking those very important questions, we are coming from a point of comparing ourselves to our perfected self, to our true potential. So imagine the seed of all humanity as a perfect being unified with the light available in this month. That's the reason it's the greatest gift of reflection and transformation. And then we have Rosh Hashanah. This year is on October 2nd at night. And of course, the 2 days of Tishrei, of the month of Libra, followed by Yom Kippur, which again this year is October 11th at night. So those days are known as the days of judgment. And it's interesting, as the Kabbalists explain, on one hand, it's a positive way. We all have a chance to clear all our limited consciousness, starting in Virgo Elul, and especially in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, to clear all the limited consciousness, clear all the walls, the curtains between us and the light, and as a result, creating unlimited, better life script beyond our dreams for the coming year, which of course will affect us in a positive way physically as well. But at the same time, these days are called days of judgment, which means all our negativity that we created in the past year, or whatever negativity we didn't cleanse from previous year yet, are exposed in front of the cosmic computer, okay? And the prosecutor, which is the force of Satan, is getting permission to demand judgment because of, if you remember, the law of bread of shame, right? We have the law of bread of shame. The universal law is if you created energy of judgment, if you created energy of selfishness, the light cannot reveal itself. Really, there's no affinity. That's the job of the prosecutor. So those 10 days or 9 days before Yom Kippur, the prosecutor is getting permission to expose all aspects of negativity. Nothing is forgotten. So on one hand, it seems to be days of judgment. I will be judged and the world will be judged. Look what happened just in the past year energy in the world. We might not remember things we said last month, but our soul and the universe remember. So in those 9 days, it's all exposed. From Rosh Hashanah, especially Rosh Hashanah, the first 2 days, it's all revealed. So it seems to be very negative, but the positive aspect of it, because it's exposed, we all have a chance through the Kabbalistic technology how to cleanse it, transform those negativity, those negative deeds, negative consciousness, negative energy, not just get rid of it, but actually transform them to become positive, and as a result, creating better destiny for the coming year. So in order to really cleanse and to clear the way between us and the light of the Creator, we want to expose our stuff. And then we want tools to cleanse, of course, transform those negativities for us and for the whole world. So this is the first point. The second point is, let me share. Okay. As you can see. So this is the structure of the 10 luminous emanations, right? So above we have from the top, Keter, Chochma, Bina, which we know it's the Gar, Gimel, Rishonot, the upper three represent the seed, potential, thought, source of energy, right? It's the most elevated. Then we have what's called Ze'er Anpin, which includes Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, the middle part, that they actually act and represent transformers, manifesting potential energy. And then we have our world that's called Malchut, all the way in the bottom, represent manifestation, true desire, illusion, and lack. So basically, the theme about all these periods of the holidays is connecting to Bina consciousness. So Bina, if you can see, it's the upper three from the left, right? Upper three from the left, you see Bina. Okay, so the whole theme of the period of the holidays is connecting to Bina consciousness. Bina consciousness is the one above Ze'er Anpin. Bina consciousness is the 8th level, one above the 7th, and 8 represent miraculous reality. Bina consciousness is the source of all cleansing. Bina consciousness is the source of all love. Bina consciousness is the source of uninterrupted life and blessings in our life. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I would like to set the desire. What is our desire? We're approaching the coming year. If you read in the books, it says that the livelihood is being determined between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, right? So money, health, family, all the aspects of destinies that relate to the physical reality are determined through these days. So of course, everybody wants to have a good life with no chaos, of course. But I really, really want to encourage each one of you to really think bigger. Bina is the source of uninterrupted blessings in our life, first spiritually, and as a result, of course, physically. So when you read the prayer books for Rosh Hashanah and the 10 days in between, and even in Yom Kippur, we say many times in the connections, Kotvenu lechaim, write us for life, sign us for life. We want to make sure that our destiny will be filled with good life, filled with blessings. But what really life represents? The tree of life. And that's what Bina consciousness is. The tree of life is that consciousness that, of course, will affect itself physically, but it's the consciousness of uninterrupted connection to the light. The connection, the consciousness that my selfish desires, my greed, my addictions, my reactivity are not controlling me or less controlling me for the coming year. So our goal when we say, I want to access Bina, and I want to access the source of all cleansing, I want to access or at least get closer to the realm of Tree of Life consciousness. Tree of Life consciousness is consciousness of certainty in the light. Tree of Life consciousness is when my reactivity is not controlling me. I'm the cause and I'm not the effect. So when we look to access to the force of life, Haim, or the force of Bina, which throughout all the holidays, that's the main goal. We want to really shift our consciousness for the coming year. We don't want to say, I just want blessings for the coming year. This work of 40 days is to upgrade our consciousness to the next level. And of course, as a result, the physical destiny will be with more ease and blessings. So it's not that life going to stop being intense, as we saw this just past year. It might even continue being intense. But when I have the right consciousness, things that might appear for others as chaos won't be perceived and experienced as chaos to us. So when we say we want a year filled with life, please, let's not have religious mind. I hope God will bless me with amazing destiny this year. I really need health and money. It's legit, but it's so tiny, so small. Think bigger. I want to cleanse my limited consciousness in order to allow the uninterrupted force of life that comes from Bina. And I want not only to receive from Bina, I want to elevate myself closer to Bina, much more than the last year, in order to see also physical manifestation of blessings in my life. So the theme behind Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur has 3 keys. As you see, Tshuva, tefillah, and tzedakah remove the decree. Okay, even though we might have a destiny, based on our previous actions, it says on Rosh Hashanah in the connection book and by the sages that repentance, tshuva, which is transformation of consciousness, prayer, tefillah, refers to the different connections, meditations, and also the shofar blowing. And tzedakah, charity, can avert the severity of the decree, can transform the destiny. That is our goal. Tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah. Tshuva, repentance, refers to the process of reflection throughout the entire month of Virgo, of change, of taking responsibility for limited consciousness. Tefillah, prayers, represent the different prayers before Rosh Hashanah, during Rosh Hashanah, and in the 9 days, and in Yom Kippur, and the shofar. And tzedakah, charity, refers to the entire 40 days. There is a cosmic opening through the action of charity with unique consciousness to elevate. And basically, to be part of these 3 keys to transform our destiny, today we're going to focus more on tshuva, and we will continue in the next sessions. But just to connect with it, I would like to learn a little bit from the Zohar, just to activate the big picture of consciousness of tshuva. I would like to connect with the light of the Zohar and the light of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And just by reading that section from the Zohar, we are literally awakening our desire to change. So before I'm going to show you the paragraph and read, I would actually like to ask you, as I'm going to read from the Zohar, don't add heaviness to change and transformation and repentance. Just welcome the opportunity to shift our consciousness and allow greater light of the Creator in our life, elevated consciousness, elevated love. So I will read the Aramaic in purpose to reveal light, and a little bit from the English. So from the top, פיקודה דה היא מצוות תשובה, ודה היא בינה, ובעוונותינו מתחרב בי מקדשה. לה ישתער לנו, אלא וידוי דברים לבד, ודה מלכות, ומהי בינה, בין י"ק, והי בין ו' יהיו ודאי. בכל מן דחזר בתיובתה, כאילו חזר את ה' לאט ו', דהיהו בין י"ק, וישתלם בי י"ק ו"ק, ודה יהיו תשובה, תשוב ה' ודאי לגבי ו'. This commandment is that of repentance, and that is Bina. Because of our sins, when the temple was destroyed, nothing was left for us except verbal confession alone, which is Malchut, referred to as a verbal confession. So, the literal translation of the word tshuva, teshuv, teshuv hey. Teshuv in Hebrew means to return, to go back. So the Zohar tells us that actually tshuva, transformation, means bina, in a simple way. The essential process of tshuva, of reaching that bina consciousness. And when we do proper transformation, you access that desire to change. You access that desire to become better. You access that desire to elevate with no guilt and negativity, with actually excitement. Bina is not up there in heavens. It's deep within us. You're accessing Bina. And when you access that Bina, within Bina, there is a magic consciousness. Bina is not just helping us to change the negativity I've created. When we do it properly, it's shifting the negative to be more positive, as if I'm getting more light when I did something negative and I transformed it. And then if I would never do that negative thing. So Bina is that deep place within each one of us. For example, if you expressed anger, negativity, selfishness in the last year, evil tongue, through going through the right process of taking responsibility, what the Zohar tells us, it's called in Hebrew vidui, meaning confession, expressing it, to the Creator, to yourself, and at least one friend. That's part of process of tshuva, speaking, exposing, not holding in secret the issues by going through the right process of looking within, taking responsibility, talking about it. You're able to do that connection with Bina. For example, recognizing the reason I spoke evil tongue is because I needed to get energy from that superiority of putting someone else down. And part of true tshuva is willing to give up that energy that I feel I'm getting from putting someone else down, and desiring to receive that energy by being silent from the light of the Creator, even though it's tough in that moment. Part of tshuva is recognizing the temporary energy I'm getting from the short circuit. Remember, Satan comes from the Hebrew word lehasit, which is defocus. The only reason we all react is because we truly believe we're going to receive some energy through being angry, through being sad, through losing hope, through judging. We really believe we're getting energy from it. Otherwise, we will never do it. So I'm just saying, evil tongue. They do receive temporary energy. They do feel they're better in a way because they just put somebody else down. So they're getting temporary energy. So the question now to that person, are you willing to give up that energy? Because saying it was wrong, it's not tshuva. Tshuva is a deep process of willing to identify what type of an energy I wanted to get through that short circuit. By the way, talking negative to ourselves and the way we look like, the way we behave, is not less of a short circuit. It doesn't really help. It's just the hammer on the head. So this is a very important question, not what's wrong with me, but what type of an energy I wanted to get by being selfish and not considering to the other person, being into myself, wasting my own time of feeling anxiety for no reason, or just having a fear I will have less. So are you willing to give up the time that you spent into yourself? Because you know that by giving it up, you access Bina, which is much greater light. And that's the consciousness of tshuva. So it's easy to say, I will never do it again. People that were angry and they say, I'm so sorry, I'm really, really sorry. It's good to say, I'm sorry, right? But then they're angry again. Why? Because true anger feeds us and gives us energy, clearly. I need to identify what type of an energy I'm getting from that. And really, I'm addicted to it. Otherwise, we'll never keep on doing it, even though we clearly understand and feel it's not good for us. If I really want to change, I need to be willing to give up that energy and for a moment, not to get that temporary fix, but in a greater way, opening my consciousness to a much greater energy. And that's part of true process of tshuva, being real about the illusionary energy I get. So I want to do tshuva about certain addictions of attachment to specific people that are not good for me, to different things in physicality that don't serve me, to tools that get me instant gratification, to cheat, to lie. So many of us, we say after, I know it's wrong, I know I react, but really what's the point in feeling bad or saying it's wrong? Let's be honest. For whatever addiction we all have, we experience a lack, we need an energy, and we grab it in that particular way we all addicted to. So we want to ask ourselves, does it serve me? In the long term, of course not. Okay, next question. Are you willing to give up that temporary energy? And if you're not, work on other aspects.
Hello?
Of truth. Yes. If you say, I'm not ready yet to let it go, I don't have the strength, I don't know what else to do, it's okay. choose a different area to do tshuva. There's always an area we are willing to continue and open something much bigger. So you want to be open without self-blame. What am I ready to shift? It's all about negative judgment about other people, for example, in that, or it's all about seeking validations, or it's all about hurting other people consciously or not consciously. If it's about lack of action or laziness or lack of spiritual work, how does laziness serve me? Maybe I will commit to spiritual work. If I commit to spiritual work, I will not have the illusion of owning my own time. And if I start to commit to spiritual work, I'll have to commit forever. So I better be on the fence. We all have this mediocrity that we convince ourselves I'm okay. It's not like I'm a thief. It's not like I'm a murderer. It's not like I just killed someone. But we are negotiating on the light of our soul. We are minimizing ourselves. We're shrinking our vessel. So we want to be honest with ourselves. Tshuva requires honesty, confession, and expressing about it. In simple words, what the Zohar is telling us here, that every time I'm short-circuiting, so again, 10 luminous emanations here, Keter all the way down to Malchut. So again, as you see now here, from Keter to Yesod, just before our world, is the realm of miracles of 99%. And then Malchut represents the 1% world, limited belief system, the world of chaos, randomness, confusion, short-term fulfillment. On the left, we have the tetragrammaton, Yud K Vav K. The first upper Yud, as you see, represents Chokhmah, Hey, Bina, Vav, the letter below is the Pin. And I'm going to explain about the lower Hey. So every time I'm short-circuiting, I'm separating Malchut that represent the bottom last Hey of the tetragrammaton. And as the Zohar tells us, I'm separating it from the Vav. The Vav is the third letter, just the line, from the tetragrammaton, Yud K Vav K, right? Malchut is the desire to receive for oneself alone. Every time I'm into myself alone, I'm disconnecting my consciousness from the light of the Creator. That is represented by the Yud K Vav, the upper three letters on the left, all the way to the left. Okay, so we have Chokhmah, Bina, and Ze'er Anpin. So by doing tshuva, it says teshuv, hey, teshuv, return. I'm returning the hey that represent Malchut. Okay, I'm returning the hey that represent Malchut to a more elevated consciousness. And then I'm able to receive the light of Bina, the light of transformation. And when I'm connecting to the light of Bina, negative is not just cleanse. Negative becomes ultra positive. And that's essential. To the extent a person reflects and does inner work daily throughout the month of Virgo, Elul, to that extent, a person comes more ready during Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Like everything else in life, if I want to be able to be with open vessel to receive the blessings of the Creator, I need to prepare my vessel. This period of time is preparation through reflection and returning back to where it was before. So in the depth of our soul, there's natural flow between all the top sphirot, emanations, all the way down to Malchut, which represent by the letter Hey, the bottom one, as you see on the left side. Every short circuit, I created a space. And who's getting this energy? The Klipot, Satan. So I want to reconnect by doing the real process of reflection, admitting, taking responsibility, and commitment for the future. Okay, realizing it's not just the action itself, it's where my consciousness is. Okay, so I wanted to give you like a dose. I don't want to make it too long. For sure, next week we will continue with Tefillah prayer, but I do want to share with you a tool. You know that I love working with angels, so I'm going to show you soon some angels you can start working with. You can call their name, you can ask them for help and support. I'll show you exactly for what, but when we start this process of change and transformation, we all fall into judgment. And when it comes to self-judgment, we are the most harsh, and we judge ourselves very unforgivingly, for different things maybe we said or did. And I really want to encourage each one of you to start thinking about something completely different instead of self-love, because usually we think the solution is self-love to remove judgment, right? But I want you to consider self-acceptance. And self-acceptance, don't worry, it's not going to make you lazy. It's not that you become a victim and you're sitting and you're waiting for something to happen. Self-acceptance is to be super honest with where you're at and what kind of help you need. And what is it you need to do to create that leap, that change, to bring more blessings and light into your life. So to share with you, because this is really profound, and it's really very, very important when you start your process of preparing for Rosh Hashanah, to remember that change only occurs when you fully accept yourself completely as you are, in the middle of your process, with things you don't like, so that you can elevate them, so that you can improve them. Really, really very, very important. If you find yourself too harsh on yourself, too judgmental, and it's like a loop of vicious, if it causes you to be sad, if it puts you down in any way, please pause. It's not the time to reflect, and continue in another time, because it shouldn't cause you to feel bad with yourself. You should be motivated and excited to find a new way. So here is the tool. So we know about the 72 names of God, and each one of the 72 names of God have 3 different angels that work with him. So very, very interestingly, name number 5, which is Mem He Shin for healing, the angels that work with this name are in charge of self-acceptance. As you see, Angel Michael, Hachziel, and Shamshiel. Together, these angels, of course, with the 72 name Mem He Shin, support us in creating a strong foundation for healing of all kinds. They can help us strengthen our self-love, acceptance, and forgiveness of the self. So if you feel stuck, with self-judgment, or you're just very difficult for you to accept a certain behavior or consciousness or action, call the angels, call these angels, either one of them, and ask for the help, support, clarity, answers, direction, protection. As well as these 3 angels, together with Mem He Shin, allow us to receive the perception of ourselves as completely healthy in body, mind, and spirit. Very, very important. They give us the ability to see the perfection, even in the imperfections, knowing that the universe always has our back. So, huge tool to bring them, to speak with them, to call them, ask, meditate as it makes sense to you. There's no right or wrong way to work with angels. You don't need to close your eyes. It can be in nature. It can be with your eyes open. You can bring them in your daily meditations, prayers, connections, as it makes sense to you. Remember that the angels, just like the Creator and also the righteous souls, they don't live in our frame of time, space, and motion. So they can help billion people in the same time. We don't need to worry we bother them and maybe they're busy with other stuff. They're always super busy. That's their job. They are pure soldiers of the Creator, but they are here to serve us. That's why they called Meshaltim B'Kodesh, the holy servants, because they work completely synchronized with the light force to help humanity reach our ultimate goal, which is one with the Creator. So huge, huge, huge tool. For those of you who don't know, or not aware, the center took a couple of years to work on this beautiful app that's called Angel Connection. So another huge tool to help you in the preparation, for Rosh Hashanah, and in general throughout the whole year. It's just a well of information and knowledge and meditations with many, many different angels. Angels change by the hour and the time. So at any moment, if you go on a plane, enter to an important meeting, go into a medical check or procedure, you can always connect with the current angel. And you also have it according to different subjects, and really, really, really easy to use and wonderful, wonderful tool. For those of you who didn't do the coaching with angels, I really encourage you. It's a one-to-one work on your tikkun with the tool of angels. And if you don't follow me, I also have a YouTube channel. Just wanted to share that with you. If you're still not aware. And any questions, please. You can just unmute. Ask. Was it clear? You excited?
Yes, Rivki. I think the self-acceptance part is going to be difficult.
Yes, for all of us. Join the club.
Yeah.
I think it's the Achilles of our generation. Really, really. I never found anyone that fully and peacefully just have an easy way of just accepting exactly who they are and what they are. Never. It's really the Achilles of our generation, and it's like this paradoxical way of living, you know, because it just, you know, either you have an affinity or you don't have an affinity. As soon as we think negative of ourselves, we disconnect from the creator, and we can do all the right things. We can restrict and scan Zohar, but we're no longer on the same vibration. We're no longer on the same frequency. And that's why we get stuck. So we can really speed up processes, you know, so it's like being in two places in the same time. Have a strong desire. I want more. I want more than that. I don't want to stay like that, or in that area I feel a lack. But at the same time, understand that the creator knows what he's doing, and be happy even in the process. You know, it's a difficult place to be, but and it's interestingly, it's exactly explained in this week's portion, Ekev. It exactly talks about that. Have a huge desire for more, understanding that I'm meant to reveal endless blessings daily. When I wake up in the morning, there's literally, according to the Kabbalist, a cloud of blessing above my head. So why we don't experience it? Because we already start to believe the illusion. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with life? What's wrong with people? So that's it. Even though we are right, it's not like we're lying to ourselves. It's not like we're imagining, but we got disconnected. We plugged out. So we don't feel that light, you know, it doesn't flow anymore. So we have to be more careful with, you know, where do we put our intention? And it's a juggle throughout the day, but the more we are aware, the faster we see a difference. So sure. More questions? So nice to see all of you. Okay, everyone. So no questions? All good? Yeah,
I have
sure.
a question. Sorry. I'm a very practical person, so I'm thinking, my mind is already thinking, what can I do, you know, to do the best work? So if I understand correctly, every time I see that I'm doing something a little further from the light, I can use like a spiritual magnitude glass to look at it and to see what's my gain, bad gain. And in order to change it, I use the three angels, if I'm summing it up, if I understand correctly. I'm using
Yes.
I'm asking the help of the three angels of the Memachin in order to transform the energy. So like I'm supposed to go with the magnitude glass to look, you know, where I'm getting more further from the light. I understood correctly?
Yes, yes. You know, it depends, because during the day, there's enough things that happen that we're not happy with. You know, somebody speaks to us in a certain way, somebody, you know, act or reply in a certain way that trigger us. We can take those small incidences and upgrade them, you know, just to be more curious instead of just be, whatever, or, you know, again, I can't believe it. Just to say, oh, wait, I'm not entering to Rosh Hashanah the same person. So what is it? Why is it so triggering for me? Just be more curious. And of course, if you absolutely clueless, or you can, even when you start asking, you can turn to one angel, you can turn to the three, you can turn to the creator as well. You can turn to your guardian angel, for those of you who are familiar with him. You can use the spiritual system at any point. I personally love to speak with Rav and Karen, to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, I feel super connected with them, so I feel they constantly guide me and direct me. But so you can focus on things that, reflecting on the last year, we all went through some heavy challenges, and we all kind of know, the things that really don't serve me, and somehow I keep on gravitating towards that because it's just simply part of my tikkun. So just to say, like, if you're going to ask me, what are the things you want to drop behind you so you enter differently, I can tell you immediately. But during the day, I will have surprises for things that will challenge me, so I'm just super open, specifically in this period of time, to just, kind of watch myself from outside. Oh, wait, okay, it bothers me, and maybe they're absolutely wrong and I'm absolutely right. But why does it still get to me? I just want to get like to the core of it, so it's a wonderful time to do that. Thank you for the question.
What do I gain from it? What's my gain?
If I'm clear, if I'm clear, I'm reactive. Like, why do I keep on doing it? Like, I know it doesn't serve me. Like what do I really believe why I believe I need it? What do I really get from it? Like, what is because we are addicted to that energy.
Exactly.
It fulfills us in that second. We're like, okay, but then we feel bad. So we want to look at that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. My dear sister from Israel, Yael. And my mom. Hi, Ima.
Thank you for this quote. Thank you for this quote to hear this
my niece.
knowledge.
My whole family supports me. And my beautiful students that I love you so much. So have a beautiful week. I'll send you the recording, and see you next Thursday, same time. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.